Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Just a Sec podcast, where we are trying a whole different little browser kind of thing. We're going through Riverside FM currently to see how this does compared to running through OBS. So, yeah, we're going to try this out, see how it works, and hopefully, depending on if it does better or worse, we'll make our decision on staying through this or through OBS itself. With me currently, I have, as usual, Emeraldus.
Hello.
And yeah, we're just gonna do what we normally do of our random talks that usually happen post stream and everything.
Mhm.
What do you think we should start off with first?
I think we start with the hockey.
Okay.
Because, I
So
mean, we normally start with the games.
yeah.
Oh.
So Nashville Predators considerably labeled the hottest team in the NHL right now due to the fact that they are on a 15 game point streak, I believe. It's either 15 or 16. I think it's 16 now, actually. Um, Meaning that for 16 consecutive games, they've either won the game or went into overtime and lost. So, I mean, to me, coming as a Nashville Predators fan, this is very reminiscent of the 2017 season, to where all of a sudden the Preds came out of fucking nowhere and started stomping people. And, in 2017, if you watch hockey back then, they got all the way to the finals against the Pittsburgh Penguins, who cheated their way to win, but that's besides the point.
Besides.
So, I mean, I am very interested in seeing how we continue this because, I mean, we haven't fully locked in that we are going to be in the playoffs just yet, because we could just easily whiff it at the end and lose our spot. But so far, it looks very promising because even when our guys don't show a lot of heart, they all of a sudden just get a lot of drive to do as good as they physically can.
Well,
As you can even agree, as you've been
oh.
watching hockey as well.
Oh, yeah, like, again, hockey is big for us people, Canadians. But also the fact that I grew up with hockey a lot, and I've taken the break where I haven't been watching it due to my feelings toward what happened to me when the Oilers was in the finals. But I still see the things that I know of. But I came in when they were just hitting their. It wasn't exactly their five game streak yet. I think I came in on their third or fourth. Was it? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, somewhere around
But
there.
yeah, somewhere around there. But just watching them play, like, they always have heart. Even when they lose, they still don't hold back. Because I think, like, even just watching, like, the Shark, was it the Sharks they were playing, where we felt so bad for the goalie. Because what was it,
Mm-hmm.
8? They got 8 goals on that poor
8-2.
guy. And you could just see their team, like, just dwindling down. And I think it was, like, maybe after the 4th goal, you even see, like, the goalie was done. They should have pulled the goalie. And I remember we kept on talking about that. They need to pull the goalie, but they wouldn't.
Yeah, they
But
needed to pull the goalie, and like the downside is, on top of that, you even saw the fans really start to crumble as well.
oh, they 100% crumbled. And I mean, just like I said, like, I am so excited to actually see, like, if I get the chance sometime soon, sometime in the future, to actually go to a Predators game, to sit in the fans, may it be a win or a lose. Because the one thing that we've always talked about as well is the fact that the fans, the cheers, even when you're losing, is what keeps the team going too. And the team doesn't let go. Even if they're losing, they put their all in. The the fans are all in as well, may it be win or lose. And that is, I think, the most amazing thing that I'm enjoying about the hockey games, is the fact that I'm enjoying not just the team, but I'm enjoying the fans. I like the
Yeah,
energy.
that was
And
something I've always talked about, is that the energy we have, like, because yeah, you can sort of hear like a lot of fans on the television and everything when they're playing or something. But one thing I've always said, if the Nashville Predators fans are in that game, you
mm-hmm.
can hear it. There's no question about, oh, are
Oh,
you able to hear the fans at all?
Oh yeah, 100%. And it doesn't matter if you're winning or losing. And like, what was it? Not the. It wasn't the last game. I think it was the game prior. It was just dead quiet.
Yeah, the Sharks game.
Yeah, and it was so sad because if you're not rooting for the team, like especially when the team starts doing bad, the morale goes down, and that's where the fans like really need to step up. And I truly believe that is, the energy from the fans is what's also going to help the team. So if the morale of the fans go down, the team's going to go down.
Yeah, but that's a downside. Is a lot of times the teams are kind of like that, to where they're like, "Oh, well, I don't really care because my team's already losing, so why would I bother?" It's like that's not how that goes. Because as long as you're putting forth effort, you might. If you look really good on a bad team, there is a chance you can go to a better team in the future and actually make your
Mhm.
mark. Or you could be the person that takes your team out of the drought that they're in to push them to excel to actually become a cup winning team.
Exactly. Like there will always be like those star players. Like for I know like one that's extremely famous is like Gretzky, right?
Hmm.
And it's the fact of, you play your best, you play your damnedest, and no matter what team you go to, it will always make you, stick out and be remarkable. And some of the players, like, holy crap, like you're telling me some of these are rookies, and you could just see some of the potential that you're seeing already in like uh, the Predators team. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying seeing it. I still don't technically have a favorite yet, but I like to really look at everything before I truly go, yeah, this person. But again, you know,
Yeah,
you gotta
because
give it your
like
all.
on the Preds, we have Luke Evangelista, who is the number 6 rookie in the entire league currently.
And he's doing amazing.
Oh yeah, he has the potential to like do great in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And the downside is I hate the fact that due to the class he's in right now, as far as rookies, he's competing against people like Connor Bedard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because everyone's talking about Connor Bedard this, Connor Bedard that. They don't realize, yes, he is scoring a lot of goals. Yes, he's getting a lot of points. But the one thing he's doing that no other rookie is doing?
Mm.
He's playing line one. He's playing with the best on his team. I mean, it's partially their fault that they don't have a better line one because they literally sold off their entire team to get Bedard.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that it would be like if you took Evangelista and put him on line one with all our vets that do really well, he would probably have a lot more points because he is playing with the top line, the top scoring line on my entire team.
Yeah.
So like that's the downside because to me, like I'm a stat guy. I love watching or looking at stats and doing that as actual comparison. Because
Mm-hmm.
here's a fun stat right now as far as the ratings go. Connor Bedard in his rookie season has 55 points.
Okay.
However, if you also flip to the flip side of it, of the plus minus, meaning how many times he scored on versus scoring in his rookie season, he's a negative 37,
Oh.
meaning that he has scored on more times on the ice than he scores.
Yeah.
Like, that's something people aren't taking consideration. It's like, yes, you can be that rookie that pushes forward and does all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's making it to where you're having this issue to where, you're ending up like that all the time, something's wrong. Like, here's the big comparison everyone's talking about. The big person he's compared to, Connor McDavid.
Oh.
They sort of have
Okay.
the same play style. Connor McDavid is not the tallest person in the NHL either. So he has the speed on his side. And Connor Bedard kind of plays the same way McDavid does. So
Okay.
McDavid, as far as his points, he is 115 points this season. and his plus or minus is 30. Like, that means that he is scoring more than getting scored on. And yes, that does have a little bit due to the team, but his teammate in Draisaitl has a plus 22 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I take into consideration because when I go into the rookie bracket, I don't see Bedard being the number one rookie because of that negative he has. To me, the number one rookie is Brock Faber because he's got 40 points with a +5 on the plus or minus.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that would be Marco Rossi because he's 37 with a +3. And then after that would be Luke Evangelista because he's got a 32 +2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, like, I'm not following stats right now, but then again, I'm just, like I said, I'm just starting to dabble back into hockey. But I do agree with you with the stats, right? You
Yeah,
could, because the stats is where you'll really see how they're playing as well as what they're capable of. So it's not a bad thing, but again, people can get lost when they're paired with certain people too. Especially
yeah,
if people don't pay attention to stats.
yeah. That is definitely the big thing about it is that like that's generally what gets people to get longer and bigger contracts is what your stats are because
Mm-hmm.
you can potentially be an elite player, but if your stat is piss poor because like you're taking too many chances that end up in turnovers or whatnot, no one's gonna pay for you.
Well, yeah.
It's like I plan to do hockey in the winter time this year, and if I play like an idiot, constantly taking the puck up the side, and I give the puck away when I have no help more than I actually like, feed it over to another forward or something, and we actually have a scoring opportunity, I probably won't see as much time on the ice if we have shifts.
Well, exactly. It's like in any sport. Even when I played basketball and even like when you play soccer, you don't put out the crap players. You put out your best and your mediums. The only time those players that are just basically bench warmers get to the place is if there is no one else. You don't want to be those people. You don't want to be a bench warmer.
Yeah,
So one thing I learned, and like I said, I was a major sports kid when I was younger, and you have to like you said, like you always got to put you have to put your best foot forward always, and you can't be too over cocky either.
yep. But that's the downside is that's all the NHL's filled up with at times.
Yeah, and that cockiness is what can make or break your career as well. Let's be honest.
Yeah, or get you suspended because you do something stupid because you get heated.
Yeah, yeah. It's just a little, right?
Just a wee bit.
And that's the stick to the face one, right?
Yeah, that's the guy that hit the Leaf in the face.
I am still bad with names, so I'm like, I can't remember the names, but if I remember correctly, it was a stick to the face.
Yeah, I don't remember who the person was either, which is probably bad on me since, well, granted, I would say it's bad on me, but at the same time, I don't follow a lot of news outside of the Preds.
Well, I wouldn't expect that. That's a lot of fucking names to remember and people.
Yeah, I mean, I do keep track of big names. Like I keep
Mm-hmm.
track of McDavid, Ovechkin, Crosby, even though I dislike Crosby with a passion. Nathan McKinnon, Kel McCarr, like some of
Mm-hmm.
the top people in the entire league I keep up with just because I like to see how
How?
good they can get.
Yeah, which is understandable, because there's sometimes that that star player that you see, and maybe they started on your team, or maybe they come into your team later, but you want to see where they go. You want to see if they do reach the stars or they plummet back to the earth. kind of thing, right?
Yeah, because also the big thing about it is like everyone talks about it's like, oh man, I love to have that player on my team. There's always a chance they might end up on your team.
Well, yeah. And the thing too is, you might have a player that you absolutely adore on your team, but there's a chance that they're gonna get moved to another team sooner or later, right?
Yeah, it's like
So
I've
I mean,
seen a lot of players I loved watching get pulled away from the Preds, and I still keep up with them as well.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Because
That
like
just shows that you
what
like
I
it.
still love to see Matthias Alcombe playing for the Preds. Yeah, but you know what? The plus side is he's being a damn good defenseman playing for the Oilers. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just glad he's still prospering as comparison to Ryan Johansson, who got transferred and then got so pissy afterwards that he ended up like ruining the rest of his career.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be AHL if he even gets signed by a team because I think he got put on waivers. And let's see, I'll look him up. Okay, there's nothing there. I'll have to look it up itself then. Ryan Johansson. Okay, so is he playing with the Flyers now? He might be playing for the Flyers now. Yeah, he's playing for the Flyers, but I think they're gonna put him down to the AHL.
Okay.
Cause let's see. Uh, bu- He's only played 63 games. I mean, he probably hasn't played the last couple.
Mm.
I just want to see. I want to see his last couple of games. He was Thursday the 29. He hasn't played since the 29th.
Oh wow.
Oh wait, no. Oh no, his last game was 3-4 against Chicago.
Chicago.
Yep. And I don't know if that was with him playing the Flyers. But like he's basically going to go down to the AHL based on what I've heard about it.
Mhm.
And I mean that sucks, but okay, so he is currently uh injured. But yeah, so they originally picked him up off of Flyers or basically like free agency
Okay.
or claimed on waivers. And when they picked him up, they did not realize that he was injured at the time.
All right.
So he's rehabbing. And since you can't send down a player who's injured, he's going to be in the rehab until then. And it's a hip injury he's out with.
Oh.
Let's see. But I mean, if he gets to play more, that's good. If he doesn't, then I mean, that's on him.
Mhm.
But since we're on the talk of hockey, we got to see a massive moment in the Nashville Predator game uh last night.
Yep.
Or at least I gotta watch it live. You gotta watch the
I
video of
gotta.
it.
Yeah, I gotta watch the video of it.
We got to see number 9, Felipe Forsberg, fight off against Moritz Seider, and it was very confusing because when I saw gold fighting red, I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's probably gonna be like, you know, McCarran or, I'd even send Sissons or something." When I saw it was number 9, I'm like, "What the fuck? Philip Forsberg is in a fight?" That was his 3rd fight in his entire career of playing hockey, and this man is not young.
No. And how long has he been playing? Just because again, I'm newer to this now.
Oh. I got to see Philip Forsberg.
Because yes, he isn't young. So my question is, how long has he been on the ice? Which also adds to this being that it's his 3rd fight.
This is he's been playing since 12.
So he's been playing for a long time. For this to be his 3rd fight, that is
He's played
insane.
12 seasons with the Preds and the Preds only.
Yeah, that is wild. And to be his 3rd fight, that's wild. Of course, like I said, he definitely isn't a fighter. I mean, he
No.
still held his ground. He still held his ground. I give him credit. Because, I mean, you could be in a fight and not be a great fighter, but still hold your ground. And then you could be in a fight and not hold your ground and turn into a ball of nothingness. He held his
Yeah.
ground. He tried. He did his best. And it wasn't bad. I mean, he held his
He
ground.
looked like if looks could kill, he would have won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, you want to fuck with me, boy? All right.
Because when I saw the face he had when he was throwing punches, I'm like, I generally think he's trying to kill him right now.
Should we be concerned? Yeah, no, it was definitely interesting.
I was so confused when I saw it. And then
Mm-hmm.
the one guy I want to come back is Jeremy Lazon because I want him to get that fucking record
Yeah.
because he got injured and he's been off the ice for a while. But he is so close to setting an NHL record for hits.
Okay.
And I would love to just see that
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, I'm just saying, like, he might not be the best scorer. He might not be the best at doing a lot of things. He might be just a really good setup.
Yeah.
But this dude, he's 26 years old, so he's still young.
Yeah.
Imagine setting a NHL record that hasn't been touched since 12 and setting a record at 26.
It's wild. Let's just be honest
No,
with
it's
that.
Predators hockey.
Yeah.
Because
Hmm.
I'm just excited because let's see, how many more games do we have? I think that was game 71. Yeah, 71. So we have 11 more games this season.
Oh shit.
And then it's playoffs if we make it, which as long as we keep it up, we're making it.
Oh, that'd be awesome for my first year back into watching to see them in the finals.
I won't go so far as the finals, but I would say like at least
Well,
first or
in
second
this,
round.
yeah. I mean, just getting into the season, right?
Yeah.
That would be pretty freaking cool.
All right. Well, I think that's 25
Enough.
minutes of talking about hockey. So let's
Yeah.
go into a subject you have info on.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just a short little thing that I've noticed. Because I mean, we've been playing that when it came out, from beta to when it first released, and I'll admit it kind of fell off the boat for us for a while. And again, we still enjoyed it. We always had. Just it's not an everyday game. I will give it that. And I decided just to go on because it's been a while. And of course, because I kind of wanted to finish the smuggler pass, and I know I'm pretty close, so I was like, oh, I'll, do a couple of contracts. So the first thing I noticed when I got on was they added open world PvP. So you can, when you are at a port, you know how when you get the choices of, managing your cargo, changing ships and stuff, you can actually turn on PvP, which also means friendly fire is on, so I can't hurt you.
Okay.
So with that as well, it's the fact that even if you are with a group of people, you can actually hurt your friends. That's how I read it. I do like that it's only controllable in a port. That means
Yeah, so
someone
you
can't
can't
just
just shoot someone and then go, "Oh, I don't want to be shot at anymore." So boop.
boop. Yeah, exactly. Because we've had this conversation about allowing, the PvP should be, even if it's in an area, they can't go in and out. Because I know for like even like when I played like Arcade, people would literally live on that line. They would attack you and then jump into the safe zone so you couldn't retaliate. And then when their spells and stuff go back, like recharge, they come back in and hit you again. And it's frustrating.
Yeah.
So the fact that, if you want to be the person who wants to fight other players, you can turn it on. But it doesn't mean you have the rights to attack anyone who has it off, is from how I read it. Again, I haven't really seen it, but I'm pretty sure that is how it works, is you have your flag on, and it means you can fight freely with other players wherever you want. I did not see anything for it to be affecting players who do not want to be a part of that, which again is good because sometimes, like, I know for me, like when I was doing my run, I just wanted to go through my myself, and then I wanted to just get off.
Yeah.
The other thing I noticed as well when I was in there was because you and I both have done like the hostile takeovers.
Yeah.
And do you remember it's about 80 coins for the level 3,
Yeah.
right? Well, now it's 200.
Okay.
So they upped the coin maximum for everything, because I know I actually put one to level 5, and it's almost 2,000, or no, it's 15. It's 1,500.
1,500 for just one port?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I know, like, when I was looking at the price, like, for even going to, I think it was level 10, I can get over, it was, and this is before this update, it was over 5,000 coins. So I'm like, and I'm like, take a guess which port I did that on, because I'm not doing every port for that. I only did that on one port,
A
and that's the
really
one that's,
close one?
yeah, the very close one. Because I'm not transporting that super far from St. Anne,
Nah, just
but
go ahead and do that.
maybe. I don't know. I did see they changed that. I have a feeling too, just because Google's been sending me little messages, pop-ups from Reddit, even though I only used Reddit once, and now Reddit just won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people did complain about the game, and we talked about it because it is grindy. And I think they were trying to make it a little less grindy / a little bit more convenient. And I'll admit, like, even at level 3, it was really hard not to constantly have it max, like, right away. And I know, like, I would clean all the ports, I'd go do a run, and they would be basically full again. And I was kind of like, I mean, it's nice, but at the same time, I would like to actually be able to do a couple of other things before I would have to go to my trades to collect my coins. And I think that's where that mindset maybe came from, was people going, could we just make it even if you don't want to make it too big, just make it a bit bigger. So, maybe it's 4 hours before you get a maximum with the low levels.
Yeah.
I'm
That
guessing
that
that's
way you're
kind of
not
where they
just, like,
went.
constantly going back and forth, back and forth.
Because then it just becomes a pure grind. Because then you're like, I can't enjoy this stuff because I want to make sure I'm getting profit, but I can't. Every time I finish collecting my ports, they're already about halfway ready to go again. I want to be able to go and cause chaos in the seas, and I can't leave these ports alone. And just even the thought of like, I'm one port away from having all the Red Isles complete for being under my control. The idea of opening up the other sections is far from my mind because of how tedious doing the Red Isles was.
Yeah, the only one I could see being beneficial would be the one near the other port.
Yeah, but like I said,
Just
but
because
with
then
it
it'd be like
said,
the Red Sea kinda thing where you get the one around St. Anne, and then you
yeah,
go up there if you wanted to, but realistically, if you're making that much, unless
you
you're
don't
literally
really need to.
if you're buying just to prepare your friends, maybe, but
Yeah, but I really don't see the need because I have like I have almost like even in my updates, the upgrades, I almost have the Red Isle
you're getting a bit
completely
laggy.
unlocked. Of course I am. I saw the reconnecting. I know for the upgrades in the book, I almost have Red Isle
You're
completely
still
unlocked.
laggy. Wait till it says you fully reconnect before you start talking, okay?
I did start talking when it said it was done, and then it
Oh,
decided to do it again. Not my fault. I'm just gonna go my corner.
alright, you should be good now.
All right, but yeah, no, like I unlocked a lot, but a lot of that stuff is like I think I'm like what was it? I unlocked one of the levels in the Isle in the upgrade, and every upgrade I'm doing is almost 3,000 coins. So you think about it, like it's a very tedious job to do,
Yeah,
and I can see a lot of people hating it and a lot of people complaining. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not complaining about this update for the coins being more in the ports, just for the sake of if I want to go do other things than just doing my normal trade run and then collecting from ports, I can and not worry about losing profit because they're full and I haven't collected them yet. Because
yeah,
in the end, you want to get to them before they're technically full or just when they hit full. That way you are constantly making money from them. But you're not going to do that if they're constantly just full every like within an hour.
yeah, because then like, especially if you're doing a run, because that's something I even noticed, if you did the entire run, by the time you finish the run, you have some that are already starting to be at least half full back when.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened. I know because I would be like, okay, I waited until they're all full so I get my maximum. I literally start from the top of the aisle and I literally just trail all the way around. I do a big circle. And by the time I hand in the coin, I go get my trades to go do another trade run. That stuff, like you said, it's halfway full again. And then you finish the trade, and then they're like full. And that's what I meant by it became overly tedious. And the idea of opening up more ports was the last thing I wanted because I don't want to. I want to be able to go and just kill things for fun too.
Yeah.
Um, Now, the other thing I did notice when I started, which I said when I said it, you will understand this because you know if there was one thing I bitched so much about, it was those damn treasure chests.
Mhm.
Because I'd be like, well, I have 200 to open, and now hold on, and you would have to open one by one by one. And of course, you had to do it within a certain time. So you couldn't just like overly click or it would cancel it. Or
Yeah.
it would try to destroy it if you've noticed how it likes to do that. And you're like, no, I don't want to destroy my money. Now, you could have like 300 chests in a pile. You click it to open, and it opens all of them with one simple click.
Hmm.
I tell you, when I saw that, I was so happy. I do not. If you could have seen my face, you would have laughed because I looked so fucking satisfied with that. Just because, like you said, I could not stand opening them because I hated how long it took, the process. But of course, by not opening them, I would have so many at the end. Because what did I have? I think I had like over 500 that one time, and it took me over a half hour to open them all.
Yeah, you had quite a bit, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Because like I said, like I'll be like, we're doing stuff. I don't want to open them, and then I'd see a whole bunch, and I'm like, oh, I'll open them later. And then I'd say, oh, later, and then later again. And then I would get to that point where I was like, I have too many. I don't want to open these, but I know I need to open them. So yeah, I do like that. If there was anything else I haven't seen, because like I said, I went in just to do my port runs there. But I mean, those were still technically three things. Well, yeah, three things that definitely stuck out, and I think will help the game.
It'll definitely
Because
bring people back that have been away for a good hot minute.
yeah, because I we know like a lot of people wanted to like play against other players, and we know that some players who felt that it became too tedious with the jobs, especially controlling all the ports. Now I'm hoping maybe they do some more things with like maybe the harder bosses actually give us a little bit better loot and stuff to make us actually want to do some of those fights
It
a bit
probably
more.
I think it's just trial and error is what they're going through right now.
Oh yeah, I mean it's still a brand new game. There's so much they can do. I'm not that worried.
Yeah, because the big thing about it is they are doing these things to make it better quicker. They're not doing like some companies that just sit on it for months on end while people are sitting there complaining about it.
Yes, yes, they
Because
have
they,
been very proactive.
yeah, because they very well could just do that to where it's just like, well, we've already made the game. Well, the customers are complaining about it. It's like we already got their money, right? It's like, yeah. It's like that's good enough for me.
Yeah, no, they've been very proactive. Because, whoosh, I'm trying to think. When was the last time we played? Like maybe 2 weeks ago,
I'd say more like 3 or 4.
3 or 4. I'll say 3 because I think I played a little bit more before I poofed off of there. And
Yeah,
it
you.
wasn't that I hated it. It was just it became my leisure game. I just haven't had um I've been preoccupied with other things lately,
Yeah.
especially with even trying to feel a little bit more productive. I've been playing the game of editing.
Which is
So,
always fun.
yeah, I think I'm getting better at it. I mean, I'm even using different things now
Yeah.
because I'm getting more used to the program.
I mean that I will say, like, the fact that they aren't just waiting for the last minute to chase after problems and they're actually addressing them as they're popping up is nice for the community. Yeah, I would have liked them to fix put in the treasure chest things instantly, but you
They at
know,
least got to it.
yeah, you
And
can't expect everything on day one drop because if you do, you're just an idiot.
yeah, and I mean, they may have not dropped it right away, but they did drop it pretty darn quickly if you think about it. So they are at least listening to the community, I think. With
Yeah,
like with the updates that I did see, I do feel like they are listening to the community, and that's really important with any game is listening to the community and, try if what they're asking for is not outrageous, doing it.
yeah.
Which honestly, what they did, I don't see as outrageous. I don't see it as game breaking. So yeah, like I do think it's good.
Yeah, I mean, the
But
big thing about it is we'll definitely see as time goes on how everything continues to either improve or worsen or whatnot. I don't think we're ever going to have a point to where it's actually going to really start to worsen.
mhm. I
But
I think the game is as it is. I do want to see like if they open up more maps and stuff too, but I mean, I don't expect that anytime soon.
No, I figured that's probably like going to be year one release stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've done a lot already, so they've already exceeded my expectations, and I'm very happy that they did not just give up on the game like some developers.
Yes, there's a lot of games where a lot of developers just stop after a certain point. No, it's good. Again, am I gonna play it more now? Probably not. Uh, like I said, if I just want something to just kind of chill, that's probably where I'll jump into. But like I said, I've been busy with other things lately, so far from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean,
Anywho's,
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say we could just change. There wasn't that much more to say of that, but what were you gonna say?
Um, I was I was just basically gonna go along the lines of like it's they have done a lot already. They have already set us up. They've already set up an expansion as well
Mm-hmm.
because they've already talked about in game about America and everything.
Yeah.
We can hear everything you're doing, by the way. Um, because this makes your mic a whole lot more sensitive.
I'm sorry. I just ripped one piece of paper. I'm sorry. I'll
Mm-hmm.
stop. I'll put it away.
But I'm very much looking forward to the future of it due to the fact that they are adding more stuff. They're keeping us well informed about things that they're wanting to bring in.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it will really flourish in the future in a good
Yes.
way.
Mm-hmm. I still have high hopes for the game, and I don't see myself quitting anytime soon. I could see myself taking breaks from it, but that's like any game that's alike it. I'll say.
Yeah, I mean it is expected that you can very much enjoy playing a game and then just need moments where you just take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean I even have stuff like that at times to where it's like, oh, this is fun. All right, break time because it is getting very, very tedious for no reason at all.
Well, the thing too is if you keep on playing games, especially like that styled game, too much, and you get to that point where it's boring you, but you still keep on playing it, and you keep on pushing that limit, you'll get to the point where like I'll use Class. It killed it.
Yeah.
It 100% killed it because it's the same thing over and over again. Even if there's different little things to it, if you play a game that's very straightforward and you just don't stop playing it, it loses its gem. It loses its shine. It loses its sparkle.
Yeah, and
And then it's
then
hard to
what
even
also
consider it
killed it
again.
for them was the sole fact that they kept making the game harder and harder and harder and got rid of the bullshit factor that they kind of grew off of.
Oh yeah, 100%. I enjoyed being able to run away from things, and then they basically took that away, and especially like on like those bigger maps, it really ruined it for me.
Yeah, because being able to, run away from anything that was chasing you, unless it was specific types, did make it to where, it was actually viable. You weren't just like, oh, well, it's coming, so I'm just going to sit here and just let it kill me.
Yeah, it also helped you figure out what type it was, counting if you could run, especially when you need to take pictures, because I mean, you could be a little bit more ballsy and stand out there and take a picture, then play Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah.
And now it's like that idea gets me killed every time if I did play. But of course, I don't know what they did, but I can't even play that game. It's so laggy for me. I cannot play it anymore. It
Oh,
it
the
makes me
lag.
sad. Oh, the leg. And I do like spooky games, but yeah, no, that game just it's died, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, at least it's still available to be played, unlike another game.
Yeah. And we even tried to play it just one more time just for the sake of I wanted to have a King Quack round again, but
Nope,
games
they fucked.
yeah, they basically went, yeah, because we're quitting this. We're not letting anybody get onto this anymore.
And
And
why would
just
they, right? Because the players are what ruined the game. Definitely not the developers.
right. Yeah, that's exactly what broke that game.
Well, since we're talking about games that were ruined by the developers, let's talk about a game that wasn't yet ruined by the developers, but did release a lot of sad news the past week. Baldur's Gate 3.
Sad news.
Oh yeah, they're not making DLC for it.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah,
Oh,
Larian Studio said they're not making DLC for it, nor are they going to make it Baldur's Gate 4.
what? Oh, that. Oh,
Yeah, the CEO said they're stepping away from D&D styled games.
really?
Mm-hmm.
I missed this news.
Yeah,
Wow,
yep.
and they did so amazing. You would think like, why would you not want to ride that? But I mean, maybe their opinion was they made that game the way it is. It's an amazing game, but now they're gonna have, and this is the problem with a lot of games, or even, well, let's just be it, sports, games, books, movies. When something is created and it's so good, the expectation becomes higher.
Yeah, that was what I was going for. Is that like they did really well. They did phenomenal. Could they do better, or would the next one coming out just be sad?
Yeah. And then people constantly trashing it because they're like, "Oh, well, you did this with Baldur's Gate 3, right?"
Mm,
Because that will cause a lot of issues, right?
yep. Constant comparison to games when they shouldn't really be a comparable standing.
Yeah, because they do, like, that happens with all games. Like, there's some games, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I know they'll talk about, like, well, we'll even use like the Crop Night people, right? All their games get bashed. Even with Pal's World, the games they actually created before really got hit heavy when Pal's World came out, because then they were talking about like how they do the games, how they would drop games after a while, and it does leave, a certain taste in your mouth.
Yeah,
So I can see it being that they don't want to get this extreme high from people, and then their expectations are high. And even though they will put out something probably absolutely just as good as the first one they made, people just trashing it. Because I mean, people still trashed it too, especially people who didn't understand the games. Because they're, like we said, like, not everybody likes like turn-based games. They just like constant action.
mm-hmm.
But with strategy-styled games, those pauses mean everything, as we learned
Yep.
yesterday quite heavily. Those pauses saved our asses as much as it also was alarming.
Yeah, because we found what honor mode was made of, and oof.
It ate us. It
Uh,
ate us.
I heard M say she wants to do a playthrough with specifically whiskey and or night
No, 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 no,
on
no.
honor mode,
No, 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 no. I didn't say that. We said we wanted to see those boys play it and see if they can actually beat us.
or get as far as us. We've
Yes.
only we've had one area nearly wipe us twice,
Yes.
and we still have to beat it.
I know. I know. But I think with the spider eggs finally being gone, that's gonna really freaking help us. I still do think we should get rid of all its little friends before it goes into the frenzy. But I think we need definitely spell casting for that final part, because what was it? It was the wrath. The
Yeah.
physical damage dies basically,
Yep.
and right now our party is nothing but physical. So I think we need to take our pansy boy and turn him into a magic boy.
Okay.
Is what I was kind of, because I was sitting there, and because like you said, we did need to step away from it to actually get that moment of like thinking. And then I kind of thought about it because I was like, man, we really need spells. And then I sat there and went, yeah. And a warlock won't handle it because they get 2 spells.
Yeah.
So then when I really sat down and thought of it, I was like, well, we don't have Gale. We have a piece of Gale, but we don't have Gale. I was
So
like,
so if the vampire boy eats it, he gets Gale's powers, right?
yeah, that's my theory. So we're gonna give Asterion Gale's hand, and then we're gonna make it. He's gonna turn into Gale's magic powers, right?
Galesterian.
Yeah, Galesterion, totally shippable.
Ugh.
Oh, come on, it's great.
No. No. You can
No,
ship him if you want. No.
no,
No.
no, I wouldn't ship those two. They are so different. I mean, I know people who do, but no.
Man, those people are weird.
Yeah, but then again, like I said, some of those ships are crazy. Crazy. But yeah, no, I think we need a caster. And Lizelle is okay, but I feel like she did hit good, but yeah, I think with how we are, it should be it should be a magic user. I mean, it would be nice to still have like the 2 jumps, but as we were talking about it, that frick that gift jump thing. Did that ever frickin' save us that first time?
Yeah.
Because it was almost a wipe. I was in, so like in our first run when we got to, like we almost had it. We almost had it because you were able to drop him and get so much damage from that drop. But that spider was like, I'm gonna kill you. It was
Yeah.
so dead on you, so much. And I was still center, so everything around me was like literally the 2 small spiders were about the same distance as the one that killed you.
Yeah.
And like I said, that put me in such a bad position because I would have to run toward the small guys or the big boss, which of course didn't seem like the right choice. But in that situation too, where the small guys were, there was no exit. And again, and this is why, like, with it not being constant run, it really helped because it took those moments when we were looking at what we could do, was how I figured out how to get out of that situation, which honestly, as you know, I did not know if it was going to work.
Yeah.
We literally crossed our fingers and prayed. And that jump got me just enough to be able to run out.
Yep. Since for some reason they wanted to make it to where Spider Boy did not want me to get out of there.
Oh no, Spider was mad at you. It wanted you so bad. It wasn't gonna let you go.
Yeah, just
Even
fucking.
how much you
I
disengaged.
literally disengaged my full time and started fleeing.
Yep.
But then I was just sitting there, and then we brought in Sanctuary as well. It's like, Sanctuary is good just in case, and it helped us out.
Yeah, I think we're definitely gonna have to keep that for
Yeah,
definitely moments.
we'll definitely have Shadowheart as well as you run Sanctuary, a skill that we thought in Tactician was stupid. It's now so worth it.
Hey, the skill that we thought was dumb. It's my favorite.
I mean, that kind of is how it is.
Yeah. And also the collection of barrels, because there's a few bosses I am absolutely terrified of doing.
Mainly a dragon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, the plus side is we may or may not have to fight the other guy that gave us a shit ton of trouble.
True. True. That is true. Like I think the fun part is because we are taking a different route. We may have some fights a little different or different people.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I am glad to finally see it because I mean, like when we first started this mode, up to learning that it's if no one knows, it's a one-time show. It's hardcore. So if you
Mm.
die, you die. Game over.
Well, it's not if you die; it's if your party wipes.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you have a full party wipe at any point, it's based on D&D lore that you're done.
it's a KO. Yeah, it's a KO. Team KO.
It is a party wipe,
Mhm.
and then you can go back into it in custom mode, but you won't get the achievement for honor mode.
Yeah,
Which
which isn't.
I'm actually curious. What is the what do you think the percentile is for people to get that
Oh
achievement in
God.
Baldur's Gate?
Okay, it's either good, and I'm going to say this in the nicest way. It's going to be 1% or lower. I do not expect it to be more than 1%. I actually think it's going to be way lower than 1%.
All right, I
Would you
gotta
not
look at.
agree?
Yeah, I would say super low. I have to look it up on something else because if you don't unlock it, you don't get to see the stat. So,
Yeah. Well, I'll see if I can.
Hammer BG3. Mm-hmm. People saying a speed running of it and everything. It's like, why would you speed run it?
Mhm.
BG3% unlocked. Apparently, people are having issues with it as well, not opening up. I'm finding no one is saying how many people have completed it. I just want to
Yeah.
know what the percentile for it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find it too. Looks like yeah. Wait. Uh, an effort.
Yeah, I'm finding nothing.
Yeah, like okay, so the one site I'm on, it says like they have like the achievement rates on it, and when they talk about this one, no achievement rate is listed.
I wonder if it's just so low, like it might be 0.00 something.
Yeah, as I said, I can see it not being over 1%.
I could honestly see it due to people not wanting to put forth the effort, as well as the fact that so many people save scum
Mm-hmm.
that when they find out they can't do that, they give up on it.
Wait, did we get the achievement for Hammer achievement when we played the honor mode?
We
Wait,
haven't.
no, sorry. Wait, sorry, I'm having a dirt. Never mind. Oh no, it's right here. So it's for Hammer is what it's called for completing a game in honor mode.
Yeah.
It's 1.1%.
Oh, okay.
And when you complete it, you also get the golden die for skill checks.
Huh. Interesting.
Here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, because surprisingly enough, uh, critical hit where you complete it on tactician mode, only 3.7% of players have the achievement,
Yes.
which to me, tactician wasn't nothing.
Oh, it was nothing. And I remember we even looked at our achievement on that and said, huh, I thought there'd be more people who completed it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I sent you the link. Yeah, so it is 1.1%. So I was pretty darn right on the nail.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hell, leave no one behind is not like difficulty locked. It just save every tiefling refugee you can throughout the game in a single playthrough. And only
Mhm.
4.1% of people have that.
Yep.
And then we get the first main ending,
Yep.
and then potentially going to get the evil ending, or one of them.
Mhm.
Because there's 16 hidden ones for me as well. But, you know, I think we talked about it quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, we'll go farther into it more as we go farther in, but right now we're learning very quickly how hard it is, but we are enjoying it, and we plan to keep on pushing through it.
Yeah, it's very much fun. At the same time, very difficult.
Yes.
But you know what this means? We
Hmm.
will have to do a Kitten Day playthrough.
Oh, 100%. I mean, this is our game. Let's be honest. You and I both have a freaking boner for this game.
Oh yeah, but the best part is we'll do it with fucking mods.
Yes, please. He'll be mods. Except does that mean I have to be a pacifist to make your life hard?
I mean, if you're playing Day, you know how
I
she
have to be a
is.
pacifist, yeah? So I'd be the buff queen and healer, but no more than that. That means it would be all you.
Yeah, but
So,
plus that is we can play it on Tactician or less and be easy on it.
oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure just with buffs and heals, we'll still freaking ace it,
Yep.
100%.
All right. Well,
But yeah, we
I
should
think
call
that's
it.
where we're going to end the podcast because we have got past our hour.
Yep.
Well, it was a pleasure doing the podcast another week with you.
As always, as long as you want me, I'm here.
And I ain't got any closing thoughts. Do you?
Uh, no, no, I don't think so. No.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming out and joining us for this episode of Just a Sec. You can find me on twitch.tv/section8 as well as on youtube.com at section 8 as well. I'm also on Twitter as well as Instagram. On Twitter, it's section 8 gaming, and on Instagram, it's section 8 as well. Still don't use those too much, but might as well plug them in there as well. And we do have a Discord, which will be posted in the notes as well, that you can join, where you can actually come hang out with us and potentially end up gaming with us as well. So,
Yep.
yeah. Thank you all for coming out, and once again, thank you, Em, for joining me.
Yeah.
And
Always a pleasure.
we'll all catch you next time. Peace.
Bye.